So, welcome back to our Pro Cycling Manager 25 career mode. Last episode, we started the 2027 Giro d'Italia, and it was a perfect success on day 1, with a stage win and the Maglia Rosa. But on the first mountaintop finish on the Etna Volcano, we tumbled down GC to 17th place on 6 minutes of Jonas. So on stage 7, I sent my entire team into the breakaway to take revenge, but we bottled the stage win with Finn. Nonetheless, by being in a breakaway with a massive gap, we're now 5th in GC on 2 minutes 20 of fellow breakaway riders like Halland Johannesson. And the most beautiful part is, Lorenzo Finn in GC is now 5 minutes and 12 seconds ahead of Jonas. So I think it's fair to say we are looking pretty good in GC. Even leading the white jersey with 7 minutes on Del Toro, so that's nice. Anyway, today we'll start off with stage 8, a versatile sprint stage with Binyam Girmay as the favorite. And my goal is getting as close as possible to the stage win with Matthias Kopecky. I'm somewhat hoping for a podium here. Honestly, I was already super immersed into the season of our career mode, but now that the Grand Tours have started, I gotta say, I am absolutely loving it. Kopecky with a +2 on the day, so a perfect start with 75 sprint. That said, despite being a hill stage, I don't see these climbs being hard enough to drop the likes of Milan or Tim Merlier, so finishing on the podium might be harder than anticipated. Wait a second, 37 kilometers to go and Merlier is struggling at the back of the peloton, so maybe I should be smashing it on every climb here. Then again, with 15 kilometers to go and a single climb left, Kopecky himself is not looking that fantastic, so I can't exactly go too hard. But Q36.5 is smashing this final climb, and I'm just trying to survive at this point with Kopecky because he's not looking too fantastic. But one thing is certain, Tim Merlier is in Narnia, completely off the back of the peloton. So many riders have been dropped to the point that I should actually start looking at the front of the race because I might get dropped. No, I'm not. 10k to go. In the last 4.5 kilometers, Omerzel doing the lead out. Kopecky looking pretty good now, so we're getting better when it comes to our form. In the last 2.5 kilometers, there goes Perikas into this corner. Serrano can launch pretty soon right now. Kopecky in the wheel, so many corners, this is scary. 1.4 to go, there goes Finn. I launched with the wrong rider. Kopecky goes right now. I launched with Finn instead of Kopecky. That is so incredibly dumb. It is Arnaud Delis winning, and we finish in this group with Finn with hopefully a gap on the second group here. Oh my goodness, what is happening to Halland Johannesson? Off the back of the peloton, roughly a minute behind me finishing, so hopefully the gaps count. Nice, 24 seconds on Del Toro. The question is, where is the rest? Jonas Vingegaard also on 24 seconds. And I think Halland Johannesson finished on 1 minute and 34 seconds in this third group. Yes, indeed, 106th. What a disappointing stage for this man. But actually, scrap that, he's still in the Maglia Rosa by 17 seconds on Vere, and we move past Florian Stork into 4th position. Now with a gap of, 5 minutes and 34 seconds on Vingegaard? That's a pretty solid gap, but it could all go away on the next stage. Because, well, stage 9 finishes on Blockhaus, so that is terrifying. Undoubtedly, on this pure mountain stage, Jonas Vingegaard is the favorite, and I don't think I need to say it, it's all about survival for Lorenzo Finn, because going in the breakaway is not possible. We're simply too close in GC for that. Gotta say, I'm a little bit scared of this stage, an absolute monster of a mountain stage, and starting off with a 0 day on Finn, that's not too fun. Darder and Perikas get to the front, I want you two in the breakaway today. Okay, I accidentally got them in the breakaway, I didn't even attack and they're now in group 2, so I'm not complaining. Ineos is not too happy with this breakaway, so let's try and make it even more annoying for them with Jakob Omerzel bridging to the second group in the breakaway as well. And the first two breakaway groups are merging as we speak, 35 riders in total, so a massive breakaway once again. In the meanwhile, in the peloton, Fernando Gaviria is pacing and he's out of red bar, so that is not going anywhere. Almost halfway the stage, but the gap to the peloton is only 2 minutes, and there's some pretty solid climbers in this breakaway. Bernal, Kus, I think also Pidcock, Gall and Pellizzari. Perikas is probably the closest in GC on just about 4 minutes. With 80 mountain, we might be competitive if it goes to the break. Oh snap, the peloton has split in two. All my riders are at the front. Ineos is leading this group, but this is bad for the break. What's happening? Why are we dropped? Why are we dropped? Come on, guys. Omerzel to the front then. Get Perikas back to the front breakaway. We need to be there. There we go. Back in the front group, but the gap to the peloton is a minute 20 now, so looking pretty sad. Anyway, the second last climb is about to begin, and the peloton of 32 riders, including Finn, Vingegaard and Del Toro, is almost catching the breakaway. The gap is still roughly a minute though. Oh, the peloton is sitting up. That is weird. I kind of don't want this. What if I do something really crazy and go for an attack myself? This is probably a very aggressive strategy, but there goes Finn on the Passo Lanciano. I will go ahead and put Finn on Effort Cursor 85. I'll use Feldhofer to protect, and I'll use Serrano in the wheel for future protection. That is my plan. And actually, the peloton behind is not pacing right now. This is going to be a masterclass tactic. We've got a minute 30 and are slowly but surely catching up with the breakaway. I'm sorry, but why is the peloton completely sitting up? This makes no sense. The gap is like 3 minutes now for Finn. This is crazy. Only Serrano left with Finn. I'll pull back Omerzel. I will pull back Omerzel and I'll try and help out Finn with Omerzel. It's 5 kilometers to go, so gotta make sure I can bridge towards the breakaway successfully. There we go, catching up with Omerzel, and Omerzel needs to protect Finn for the next 2 kilometers. And just before the top, people are attacking from the breakaway, but I'm gonna pull back Perikas as well because Finn is our most important rider here. 3 minutes 40 on the GC group. There we go, Finn towards Perikas. Let's pause it right now. I will put Perikas back on 85 and he can now protect Finn into the downhill. It's a pretty steep descent, so I'm trying to recover as much as possible here with Finn on 30 maintain position. We need yellow bar for the final climb. But with 25 kilometers to go, it is time for the final climb. An absolute monster. 26k at 5.9%. The first portion is not that steep and I'm dropping Finn with Perikas, so that's not the smartest thing to do. Let's try and work together with for Marky here. We've got 6 minutes on the GC group and I can't even find them. Where are they? Right here. 26 riders and the tempo's being made by Kian Uitenbroeks, but he's kind of chilling. That said, I was hoping to recover a bit more of my yellow bar before this climb started because we're basically half yellow on Finn. Perikas is done for with 10 kilometers to go. I'm passing riders one by one, but that's irrelevant. Only the gap to the peloton matters and it's 2 minutes only now. Lars Krabs of IPT is pacing, Visma is chilling in the wheel, Vingegaard is looking very happy about that, but the gap of Finn is melting right now. 1 minute 30, come on Finn, keep on pedaling. Tobias Holland Johannesson is struggling with the tempo in the GC group, but sadly, we can see ourselves right here. Lorenzo Finn is getting caught by the tempo of Almeida for Del Toro, and now it's all about survival. I don't think I can stay with the best GC riders, but I'll try and hold on as long as possible.
12 seconds later.
Okay, 2 seconds later, I'm off the back, but let's try our best. And I'm getting caught by Holland Johannesson as well, so my attempt to take the Maglia Rosa today is definitely not working. My red bar is melting away. It's not looking good. Still 4k to go. I tried something crazy, but it blew up in my face. And the breakaway is not even winning the stage. Isaac Del Toro is dropping Jonas Vingegaard on Blockhaus and is riding away. What a triumph by UAE Team Emirates and Del Toro. That's a crazy win. Sprinting to the line with a gap of 1 minute to Jonas Vingegaard, who's getting passed by Scaroni, of all people, is flying past Jonas Vingegaard. That is insane. Lorenzo Finn is dying on 6 minutes of the front of the race, and we are losing so many GC positions once again. Crossing the line together with Egan Bernal on 8 minutes and 12 seconds. Ay, ay, ay. That was easily one of the craziest stages I've played on Pro Cycling Manager this year, but the outcome is not that good for us. Finishing on 33rd place on 8 minutes and 12 seconds. And Marco Frigo, of all people, is the new leader of the Giro d'Italia after the Blockhaus stage. Jonas is back in 4th position, Del Toro in 6th position, and we drop down to 8th on 4 minutes 18. Honestly, I have no words to describe that stage. A chaotic disaster class. One thing is certain, stage 10 should be a little bit more calm. Tom Pidcock as the favorite for a versatile sprint / puncher stage. Honestly, a perfect stage for Matthias Kopetzky. Looks like the Giro is suffering under some torrential rain, +1 on Kopetzky, so 74 sprint stat, 75 hill. I was hoping for a higher sprint, but still, I think I can work with it. In the last 27 kilometers, 2 climbs to come, and Kopetzky is all the way at the back of the peloton because this man is struggling, so let's get him back to the front. Okay, lost a bit of energy moving up, but 1 climb to come, and we're now in position, crashing the peloton, but no notable riders. Tranchon attacked on the final climb, but my team is not too far behind with my lead out, so we're looking good. 7k to go, let's get ready. 3.5 kilometers to go, so many corners. Darder can launch pretty soon with Kopetzky in third wheel. Serrano is looking good for the lead out, so that is okay. Finn is also here to stay in position. Last 1.6, there goes Serrano. Kopetzky in the wheel looking pretty okay, but Binyam looks better. There goes Kopetzky quite late, and it's gonna be a top 10 and maybe gaps for Finn, so that's beneficial, but the winner is Binyam Girmay. Basically 5th, 6th and 7th on the stage, but seemingly no gaps for GC. And next up is a flat sprint, something we've really been struggling with in this Giro so far, with Milan as the favorite. Honestly, I'd already be happy with a top 10 here. It feels a bit weird that we're halfway this race and Marco Frigo is in the Maglia Rosa, but it's kind of fun that way. Anyway, the stage is completely flat, so it's gonna be a pretty calm day for our team with Kopetzky at a -1 daily form, so not fantastic, just 74 sprint. I was hoping for a bit better. Ooh, 25 kilometers to go, and I'm just noticing that Darder has 75 sprint on the day, so what if I go for Darder instead of Kopetzky? In the last 10 kilometers, our sprint train on the rails. The road is kind of packed though, so let's make sure we keep ourselves in position. Quickstep is moving up on the ride with Medlir in a perfect position at the moment. Edison is ready to launch at 6 kilometers to go. That's a little bit earlier than I hoped for. Trying to last as long as possible. Now goes Serrano getting blocked by Hater. That is some sneaky strategy. 3 kilometers to go and we are relatively okay positioned. 2 kilometers to go. There goes Serrano. Kopetzky in the wheel can launch pretty soon. Right now, Darder is looking fantastic at the moment. There comes the final kilometer. Darder goes on the left side of the road, but Jonathan Milan is simply a faster sprinter, but Darder is sprinting quite well here. Better than any result that Kopetzky has given us. Like, I'm telling you, Sergi Darder was a fantastic signing for this team. A pretty okay 8th place, I'll take that. Now stage 12 is set to be a hilly stage, but looking at the parkour, I feel like it could be a versatile sprint. The favorite is Tom Pidcock, but I'm telling you, I'm feeling Matthias Kopetzky. This time we do have solid daily form on Kopetzky, a +1, so 75 hill stats, 74 sprint. And the last 2 climbs don't actually look that steep, so I think we can easily survive. Skipping to the final climb, the tempo in the peloton is so significant that I'm basically going 95 maintain position to keep myself in the group. But despite our struggle, we are coming to the top of the climb in the peloton, but I think some other sprinters, including Milan, are still here, right here in the Ciclamino jersey. Milan does seem to have only one teammate in Verona here, so that's maybe a benefit for us. UNOX with an entire train for Caden Groves. I've got Kopetzky on the right side of the road with a near full train. 7.5 kilometers to go in a perfect position. Let's try and keep going. 99 on Perikas. Omerzel about to take over. There we go. Perfect sprint train in the last 4.5 kilometers. Energy Shell on lead out and our sprinter. Serrano's ready to launch. It's gonna be early. Last 3.7, something like that. Let's do 97, now 99. Let's keep going. Darder in the wheel. Finn forgot his energy gel, but he's not our main sprinter anyway. There goes Serrano, Darder in the wheel. I might have gone too early. There goes Darder, Kopetzky in the wheel. After this corner, I'll have to go, but it's still a kilometer to go, so this is very early, but I've got a small gap on Binyam, but we're gonna get caught. We're gonna get caught. I launched too early with my third lead out, and it's costing me on the line. Binyam wins, and we finish 5th. Wow, I reckon I could have won that. It's also not the first time in this Giro that I launched too early with my lead out and as a consequence run out of energy with my sprinter, and I'm getting frustrated at myself. But hey, stage 13 is once again a sprint stage, so another opportunity to do it right. Jonathan Milan is the favorite. I could go for Kopetzky or Darder depending on daily form, so we'll choose in the race. So Kopetzky starts with a 74 +1 sprint stat, so 75. Sergi Darder with 73 +2, so also 75. That does not help me at all when it comes to choosing my leader. The last 20 kilometers are here, somewhat falls flat uphill. Omerzel leading our train and Kopetzky will be doing the lead out for Darder, so I've chosen to switch it up. Ooh, the other sprint trains are kind of winning the battle as we speak. 8 kilometers to go. Omerzel is on 87 and I can't go faster yet. But now we're pushing through with 3.5 kilometers to go. Try and make sure we can get to the right of the road. Serrano, come on, buddy. 2.8. Kopetzky is perfectly in the wheel. The last kilometer is downhill, so we should already start launching pretty soon. Kopetzky goes. Darder in the wheel. Come on, buddy. Right now, right now, right now. No, 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 no. Jonathan Milan is gonna be the winner, and we're gonna finish top 10 once again. Roughly 8th place once again. I was gonna say the sprints in this race have not really been working, but against this competition, our results are kind of fair. Sergi Darder is beating much better sprinters like Tobias Lund Andresen with 79 sprint. By the way, quick reminder before the next stage, Lorenzo Finn is on 4 minutes 18 on 8th place in GC of Marco Frigo. And of course, the final stage of today is kind of a GC stage, a medium mountain stage Only 145 kilometers, and I remember this day from real life. Back in 2022, I think Bora sent Kemna in the breakaway and then tried to attack with the likes of Jai Hindley. Anyway, in the game, Jonas Vingegaard is the favorite. And for my team, I think I'll try to send Perikas in the breakaway and play a bit defensively with Finn with the plan of sending him in the breakaway in week 3. Anyway, time to jump in. Starting off with Finn in a good position, but where is Perikas? Where are you, buddy? You're towards the back. That was not the plan. Get him in the wheel of Darder and let's try and get him in the breakaway anyway. There we go, just about 12 riders in the break as we speak. Come on Darder, get to the front then. Let's try and get away with Perikas and Darder after this corner. Let's wait, and Perikas is in the wheel. Now we launch. We got a gap immediately. Bauhaus is pacing, but I don't care. Bridging straight to the breakaway. Well, actually, we're kind of stuck in a chasse patate in between the break and the peloton, so I'm a little bit scared. There's a small climb coming. I'm gonna try and use it and attack with Perikas to the breakaway by himself. Darder will be caught by the peloton, but that's okay. Is Perikas gonna make it? Ay. He is not. Oh no, look at Perikas' yellow bar. It's gone. It's over. Perikas is not making it to the breakaway. I cannot believe this. What a failure by our team to get in the breakaway. The break is off and we are not a part of it. I guess I'll have to find a way to win from the peloton then? Looking at the stage, I don't think there's a way we can gain significant time in GC, and actually, I want to be behind in GC to make sure I can go in the breakaway in the next week, so I don't think we should try to explode the race for Finn. I think I should try to go for the stage with Serrano. He can get over these climbs and has a sprint. Oh, the tempo on these climbs in the peloton is so significant that I've lost all my positions here, and Serrano is now starting to struggle, so my game plan is falling apart with 28 kilometers to go. Can he get over this second last climb? That is the question. It's gonna be difficult. So the answer is no. Okay, there goes my plan. I guess we are trying to explode the race for Finn on the final climb. Plan A and B failed, so it's time for plan C. On to the final steep climb. Veldhofer is pacing. Ommerzel about to take over on 94, but actually Q36.5 is smashing it with Bajoli, and this is kind of scary because my position is suddenly pretty bad. I can't attack like this. Over the top, I am literally out of red bar, so just sitting in the group of 34 riders, this stage is kind of a dud. Unless I can find a way to attack on that small hill with about 5 kilometers to go. Ommerzel in relatively perfect position onto the climb right now. There goes the attack of Ommerzel, and we've got other people doing the same, so it's not exactly working. Perikas is just gonna launch again from the wheel. Why not? Energy gel on Finn. We're just gonna try. There's no point in not trying, but I don't think we're getting anywhere. Once again over the top with no red bar. Still in a group of... oh! Gap. Ommerzel, stop pacing, buddy. Stop pacing right now. We're gonna try and work together with Lesser and Schachman in this 4-man group. Come on, boys. Relay, boys, relay. Last 2.3 kilometers. Perikas in the wheel right now. Lead out is coming. Finish the wheel. I'm gonna lose this sprint. I'm so gonna lose this sprint. I've got no sprinters here. Look at my boys. They're sprinting backwards. My guys are sprinting backwards. We're not even gonna take time. No, we are actually. Lesser wins the stage ahead of Schachman. We came 3rd and 4th out of a 4-man group. That is not great, but we took a little bit of time on the peloton, I think. I'll be completely honest, I've got no clue what to think about that stage. Every plan we tried failed. But somehow we did take 8 seconds on the GC group and a podium on the stage, plus 4 bonus seconds. And it looks like there are some changes in GC. 2 riders dropping out of the top 6, so Finn is moving up into 6th place on 4 minutes and 6 seconds of Marco Frigo. Yes, 14 days into this Giro, and Marco Frigo is in pink. Jonas Vingegaard is about 1 minute and 26 seconds ahead of us, and Isaac Del Toro less than 1 minute. But hey, beating them in GC is pretty much impossible. That said, my goal for this race was 2 stage wins and a top 10 in GC. We got 1 stage win on day 1. I'm still hunting for the second one, but so far, our top 10 is looking pretty solid. But of course, there's still a full week left in this Giro. And it's by far the hardest week so far with multiple mountain stages. The Passo del Mortirolo on stage 16, and the super steep Passo Fedaya on stage 20, the final mountain stage. Now, I have not told Lorenzo Finn about the final time trial, but that's a problem for later. Anyway, I cannot wait for the next episode, but that's gonna be it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.